I've brought together 20 free North Yorkshire walks, each with a printable PDF guide to help you plan your next adventure. These routes explore the Yorkshire Dales, the North York Moors and Nidderdale, offering a wide choice of scenery, history and variety. In this video I'll give you a flavour of each one, so you can pick the perfect day out and download the guides from my website. The Appleton-le Moors Walk is a circular route from Sinnington. It begins at the village green and heads past All Saints Church before reaching Cropton. From there the trail passes St Gregory's, then continues on the Tabular Hills Walk to the River Severn. After climbing Hamley Lane into Appleton-le Moors, the return follows woodland bridleways and riverside paths back into Sinnington. The Bewley Industrial Heritage Trail starts in Pateley Bridge, taking in Bewley Grange Chapel, Fishpond Wood and the moorland edge above Nidderdale. Highlights include Toft Gate Lime Kiln, the Coldstones Cut Viewpoint and old lead mining sites near Greenhow Hill. The loop returns through Bridge House Gate, mixing woodland, moorland and heritage for a richly varied day. The Blakey Ridge Walk begins at the Lion Inn before descending into Rosedale. It follows tracks through the valley past farms and then climbs to the dismantled Rosedale Railway. The return across open moor provides big sky views and reminders of the area's industrial past before finishing back at the Lion Inn on the ridge. The Buckden Pike Walk climbs from the village car park through Rakes Wood to reach the trig point on the 702-metre summit. From there the route continues across the fell to the Polish War Memorial Cross. The descent passes through Starbotton and then follows the River Wharf on the Dales Way, returning gently to Buckden. The Crackpots Mosaic Trail is a creative route on Kirkby Malziard Moor. Along the way you'll discover 22 mosaics celebrating Nidderdale's wildlife and heritage. The path passes woodland edges and open moor, linking panels that depict owls, curlews, dragonflies and local history. It's an unusual blend of art and countryside. The Dent Walk starts in the cobbled village centre and climbs into Flinter Gill. Here you'll find the dancing flags, a centuries-old wishing tree and views from the Topperscope. The loop continues by historic farms and lime kilns before joining the Dales Highway beside the River Dee for a gentle finish back in Dent. From Grassington, this walk visits Linton Falls before following the River Wharf to Hebden Suspension Bridge. It then climbs beside Hebden Beck, passing mine workings and crossing stepping stones before reaching Yarnbury. The return traverses open moor past old barns, with long paths leading back down to Grassington. The Gisborough Three Peaks Walk climbs first to Rosebery Topping, then crosses to Newton Moor. From there it visits Hanging Stone and continues along the Cleveland Way to Highcliffe Nab. The walk combines woodland, moorland and panoramic views over the Tees Valley, before returning through the forest to Hutton Village. The Gisborough Woods Walk also starts near Hutton Village. It rises through woodland to the moor edge, then follows the Cleveland Way to Highcliffe Nab for wide views. After that, the trail runs the ridge and turns onto long forestry tracks, with quiet clearings before descending back towards Hutton Hall. The Hawes Mosaic Walk is an 11-mile circuit from the Dales Countryside Museum. It passes through Bertiset, Gale, Hardrow and Sedbusk with views of Great Shona Fell. Along the way you'll discover 20 mosaics created by the community, inspired by local wildlife and stories, from red squirrels to steam trains. The Ingleborough Walk begins in Clapham and follows Clapdale Drive past Ingleborough Cave and through the ravine of Trogill. The climb continues towards Little Ingleborough before reaching the broad summit plateau with its trig point. A short detour to Gaping Gill adds drama to this classic Yorkshire Dales mountain day. The Kettlewell Walk joins Wharfdale and Littondale in a single circuit. It starts with a climb through woodland and fields, then drops into Hawkswick and continues by the River Skirfair to Arncliffe. After visiting St Oswald's Church, the route climbs again to Brayshaw Scar and returns on moorland paths to Kettlewell. The North Yorkshire Walk begins in Middleham. It passes Middleham Castle and the River Cover, continues to Jervaulx Park and Abbey, and then climbs towards Ellingstring. The loop returns through East Witton with wide views across the Cover and Ewer valleys, blending history and pastoral scenery throughout the day. The Pateley Bridge Walk follows the Nidderdale Way and visits the Prosperous and Providence lead mines. It passes through farmland and woodland, crosses Ashfold Side Beck and heads towards Heathfield before looping through Wath Village. The final section returns beside the River Nid, ending back in Pateley Bridge. The Penny Ghent walk sets off from Horton in Ribblesdale. It climbs steadily by Brackenbottom to the 694-metre summit, with views to Ingleborough and Whernside. A short detour visits Hull Pot, a dramatic limestone hollow, before the descent back to Horton completes this compact but rewarding mountain route. The Swaledale walk begins in Reeth, crossing the River Swale before climbing Harkerside Moor. It passes lead mining remains and a cairn at 459 metres before descending towards Haverdale Beck and quiet waterfalls. The return to Reeth follows riverside paths with sweeping views of Calver Hill. The Tupgill Park walk begins at Wensley Bridge and follows the River Yore towards Middleham. It explores the castle, village streets and racehorse gallops before crossing Middleham Low Moor. The route then descends into West Witton and finishes with riverside paths back to Wensley, linking historic villages in a scenic loop. The Wensleydale walk runs from West Witton to Redmire Force, then continues to the stepping stones near Hestholme Bridge. It passes Aysgarth Falls and St Andrew's Church before reaching West Burton's Cauldron Falls. The return leg includes the ruins of the Penhill Preceptory and peaceful field paths back to West Witton. The Wharfdale walk is a figure of 8 from Buckden, linking riverside and hillside paths to Starbotton and Kettlewell. Along the way you'll see stone barns, village greens and memorials, before returning beside the River Wharf. It's a balanced mix of easy riverside stretches and higher hillside tracks. The Whernside walk begins near Ribblehead Viaduct and follows the Settle to Carlisle Railway past Forskill Aqueduct. The climb continues over Craven Wold to the highest of the 3 peaks, with views across Dentdale and Deepdale. The descent is steeper and looped, returning beneath the arches of the viaduct. That completes my introduction to 20 North Yorkshire walks. Each one has a free printable PDF guide available on my website, with step-by-step directions, maps and highlights. I hope you've enjoyed this showcase and that it inspires your next adventure in the Dales, the Moors or Nidderdale.